Edition of GameSpot TV. We look back at the year that was on the PC and on the console and run down the best games and the biggest disappointments of '99. And we have an in-depth look at hardware with the fastest graphics cards, processors, and latest innovations. And if that doesn't have your brain spinning, we look to the future of gaming. What can we expect in the new millennium? Stick around. It's game time. Hello and Happy New Year. I'm Adam Sessler and welcome to GameSpot TV. Well, it's now the year 2000 and games sure have come a long way since last century. With processors faster than ever and graphics capability closing the gap on realism, the world of PC gaming is going as strong as ever, even if there are a few bumps along the road. 1999 saw the release of some truly excellent titles, as well as some that should have stayed in the development room. Let's have a quick look at the PC highlights of 1999.
99 was a big year in the realm of the first-person shooter. Games like Quake 3 Arena, Wheel of Time, Unreal Tournament, and Half-Life Opposing Force pushed the envelope of the Frag Fest and made the first-person shooter the most popular genre on the PC. Quake 3 and Unreal Tournament battled it out for top position in the multiplayer arena, and Half-Life's add-on pack Opposing Force, with its reliance on suspense, left the player on the edge of their seat. No! The other terror title of '99 was Aliens vs. Predator, which had more than a few moments that made you want to run like hell. There were some excellent PC RPGs in '99. Long-awaited System Shock 2, with its emphasis on story and suspense, pleased critics and fans alike, and the RPG Planescape Torment kept gamers in the prime material realm of Dungeons & Dragons. Online role-playing came to the forefront with the release of sword and sorcery RPGs EverQuest and Asheron's Call, and Space Sim Supernova with the release of Free Space 2. Perhaps some of the best games of '99 were released in the field of real-time strategy, with some of the best titles including Age of Empires 2, The Age of Kings, and the turn-based heroes of Might and Magic 3, and Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. Another surprise hit on the PC was Ubisoft's Rayman 2, whose cute but dismembered character Rayman stood out graphically and was just a lot of fun to play. Giant robots made their appearance on the horizon again in '99 with MechWarrior 3 and Heavy Gear 2. '99 saw a surprise hit in the form of amusement ride variants with Roller Coaster Tycoon, a game that lets you create your own theme park. And on the adventure game front came the sleeper, Outcast, whose in-depth story and interesting characters made gamers take note. The much-anticipated Command & Conquer Tiberian Sun was released in '99, but unfortunately, not even its big Hollywood stars could boost its mediocre gameplay. Other disappointments of '99 included Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine, which was just another Tomb Raider ripoff, and there's Ultima Ascension. Heralded as the last single-player Ultima game, it could have been great, but it had more bugs than a dog's backside. All in all, it wasn't a bad year for the PC, but we're looking forward to 2000.
Now, if you think the PC side has come a long way, the past year saw some major advancements in the console arena, including the release of the first in the next generation of console systems, the Dreamcast. Here are some of the best console highlights of 1999.
9999 saw the release of the Dreamcast, and with it some great game titles, including Sonic Adventure, Ready to Rumble, and Sega Rally 2. The definite #1 top-rated game on the new system, however, was without a doubt Soul Calibur. With graphical environments taking solid gameplay to new depths, Soul Calibur was jaw-dropping. Another kickin' title on the Dreamcast was Marvel vs. Capcom, which brought superheroes a whole new arcade look. 9999 also saw the release of the long-awaited role-playing title Final Fantasy VIII, the follow-up to the biggest seller ever on the PlayStation, Final Fantasy VII. Though somewhat overshadowed by the launch of the Dreamcast, Final Fantasy VIII did not disappoint fans who waited in line for hours to get their copies. The world of survival horror saw some excellent releases in '99. The Velociraptors of Dino Crisis, the zombies of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, and the demons of Silent Hill made it a good year for gore games. '99 was a big year for wrestling, with Federation titles being released on the N64, PlayStation, and the Dreamcast. While Acclaim had some success with their WWF license, WCW Mayhem was only a moderate first effort. skateboarding had a gaming renaissance. With their completely different approach to skating, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and Thrasher Skate and Destroy thrilled skateboarders and hardcore gamers alike. Those with the need for speed found their appetites quelled with a plethora of driving games. Sega Rally 2, Crash Team Racing, Ridge Racer Type 4, and the eccentric Beetle Adventure Racing had something for everyone. Sports fans made out big in '99, NFL 2K, Madden 2000, and the excellent hockey title NHL 2000 made sporting titles some of the best of the year. Another noteworthy title of '99 was Medal of Honor, DreamWorks' World War II first-person shooter title that showed it was possible, though difficult to bring the first-person shooter genre to the PlayStation. Star Wars Episode 1 was big in '99, and as part of its marketing machine, LucasArts released the rather good Star Wars Episode 1 Racer and the abysmal Phantom Menace. Adventure wasn't left out in '99. Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver, Siphon Filter, and Ape Escape were a few of the outstanding titles released last year, and there are also some great platformers, including Rayman 2, Sonic Adventure, Donkey Kong 64, and Spyro 2. And if that wasn't enough cute in '99, there was the adorable and mind-bending Hello Kitty Cube Frenzy. And of course, Pokemon, the craze that swept the world, with the cute little Pikachu and the adorable Pokemon Snap.
Now, if you're tantalized and now looking for in-depth reviews of all the games featured in our console and PC packages, you can find them at GameSpot and videogames.com. And you can see our console and PC features again in real video at the GameSpot TV website inside ZDTV.com. Coming up on GameSpot TV, we reveal the results of our viewer poll on the best games of the century. Who will take the prize? Pong, Half-Life, Final Fantasy. And later on in the show, we'll be running down the latest in hardware technology to keep you on the cutting edge. Welcome back. Now, when I celebrate the end of the century, I like to celebrate with a good best-of list. But I don't like to celebrate all alone because that's lonely. So we decided to ask you, oh loyal viewers, to let us know what your thoughts were on the best game of the century. And now, the moment of truth.
Because we at GameSpot TV were too weak-willed to take it upon ourselves to identify the best games of the century, we called all viewers to arms to choose for us. And so the votes poured in, and we worked with the tenacity of Dig Dug to tally the results. And with commentary from some of our more loquacious viewers, here are the best of the century. The first in our fourth place tie helped move PC gaming into the mainstream by refining the first-person shooter to its purest essence, running and shooting. While the games did have their single-player mode, that's not why they're on the list. It's the multiplayer shoot-em-ups with the thrill of combat against real people in virtual spaces that keeps many a gamer glued to the monitor well after their corneas have shriveled up and blown away.
By far the most wicked game of the century has to be Quake 2 for the PC. It has been extremely influential and is way better than Quake 1. Quake 2 pushed PC technology to its limits and pushed my abilities as a player to the limits too. Sergeant Rich Puglia.
Our second tie for fourth place is the timeless hero of all things pipe-oriented, Mario. The great plumber who has been with us since his days of rescuing maidens from angry primates and continues to stomp Goombas and defeat Koopas. Super Mario Bros. Was the beginning of his rise to fame.
It revolutionized the gaming industry with its incredible fun factor, Elliot.
But the crowning achievement was Super Mario 64, when our universal little buddy stepped into the third dimension and made a game that is a classic to this day. In third place are two of the greatest role-playing games of all time, Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII. Many viewers were forever changed with the epic stories that drove both games through 40 to 60 hours worth of gameplay, if you were good.
I found myself only sleeping 2 or 3 hours a night, and went stretches of 10 hours without food. As I have grown up with these games, they are growing up with me. Anthony Sweat.
While Final Fantasy VII was groundbreaking, number 8 was a towering achievement with its emotional narrative and a change in the graphics from the super deformed to a new level of detail.
You can even see characters blink.
The excitement that preceded the release of Final Fantasy VIII also lends credit to Axel's claim that
millions and millions will agree with this. The game is just awesome.
And the sales figures will also tell you the same. The second place game is the undisputed masterpiece of the first-person shooter. Valve's Half-Life presented a nail-biting story wrapped in some vicious AI to create an altogether gripping gaming experience.
The storyline is just so incredible, I didn't sleep for a night. Galahad.
But outside of unpleasant beasties and humans, the game delivered a pervasive sense of dread from beginning to end, placing you somewhere on the edge of the end of the world, with the game only making life worse and worse for poor Gordon Freeman.
Half-Life will always be the greatest, even when it's said to be a classic. Mike Rock, 11.
But the undisputed favorite game of GameSpot TV viewers stars a less than full-sized hero in a simple felt outfit. Link, the hero of the Zelda series, which has been with us since 1986 and has held on to the imagination of gamers ever since. Many people sent in impassioned votes for the SNES title The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past as an example of when the series matured into a masterpiece for the system. But the overwhelming number of levers pulled were for the N64's Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
The graphics convey Miyamoto's vision in a vivid, involving world. The non-linear gameplay and having to adapt to any situation the game throws at you makes for something that seamlessly blends puzzle solving and combat in a complete package, making Legend of Zelda the Ocarina of Time the game of the century, not Jerome.
And so the democratic wheels have been spun here at GameSpot TV, and we commend all those who raise their voice and cast their vote for the game of the century. And since chess is already a few hundred years old, we couldn't agree with you more.
If you're looking for the full results of our Viewer's Choice poll, come to our website. We'll have the list of games you voted for, as well as our Viewer's Choice feature in real video. And if you didn't get a chance to cast your vote, don't worry. Come take our Year 2000 poll and let us know what game you're most looking forward to this year. Coming up on GameSpot TV, we explore the present and future of gaming hardware. How will graphics cards and processor chips change the face of gaming in the near and distant future? Welcome back. It can be argued, and you know we will, that computer and video games are the primary force behind high-tech innovations. PC games continue to push the envelope with the latest graphics cards and sound cards. Now, game controllers have gone beyond the typical button pressing and pointing with new game peripherals that let you feel that bass fighting when you're fishing, or feel the bumps of the road when you're driving. Now, it's hard to imagine what the future holds, but crazy as it may seem, we've only scratched the surface.
It just seems like yesterday when the ability to point and shoot were enough to play computer and video games. Today, the level of sophistication of gamers has grown exponentially, and the demand for immersion has never been louder. The demand has yielded exciting new technologies. The advent of force feedback in the mid-90s enabled players to feel the game through jolts and vibrations. Using gears and motors, force feedback-enabled controllers, for instance, can simulate G-force when playing flight sims or road and car conditions when racing, and it will get even better.
I even saw a demo where they specify, for example, a low blow around the knees if you're a football player feels different than a block to the chest or to the head.
Great idea, Woody.
In addition, future game systems like the PlayStation 2 will integrate force feedback and analog design to its controllers.
The new PlayStation 2 controller is also going to feature analog buttons, so depending on how hard you press the button will translate into how hard your character punches on screen or how hard he accelerates on the gas.
And similar to any car race, speed is king in electronic gaming.
Right now, I think the fastest card on the market, the GeForce from NVIDIA, pushes 15 million polygons a second. Down the pipe, 3DFX has a card called the Voodoo 5, which is rumored to push 1.5 billion pixels per second.
The trend in both PC and console gaming is to render as many polygons and pixels as fast as the game platform will allow. New and upcoming graphics cards for the PC are being designed to do all the number crunching to free up the main processor. The upcoming console system from Nintendo, codenamed Dolphin, hopes to render fast and produce high-quality graphics by using IBM's Micron Copper technology and a new graphics chip from ArtX. As impressive as these graphics might be, 3DFX co-founder Scott Sellers believes we've barely scratched the surface of graphics technology.
Clearly, as far as we've come, we are way away from being able to render those sorts of digital Hollywood special effects in real time on a PC. So we see that, until we can do a Toy Story in real time, before we can do a Matrix in real time, that's the level of expectation that the broader market is expecting, and that's exactly what our vision is moving forward to be able to accomplish that.
Everyone agrees that the internet is the future medium of gaming. But have you ever tried playing through the archaic analog phone system? Industry watchers see gamers moving to DSL or cable lines as the next trend in gaming. And when everything is said and done, GameSpot editor Amir Ajami foresees a shift in where electronic gaming is played.
PC gaming will move away from the bedroom or the office and into the living room. It'll have a convergence with consoles.
One thing is for sure, electronic gaming is on fast forward without any stop sign in sight.
Of course, electronic gaming is not just an indoor activity. Portable gaming devices like the GameCon, the Neo Geo Pocket, and the ever-ubiquitous Game Boy Color are great options for the busy gamer. The next step in mobile gaming might not just be portable, but wearable. Here are some possibilities.
You wear it, you play it. That's a nice ring to it, right? The emerging technology of wearable PCs could open up a myriad of possibilities for gamers.
IBM, for example, has that commercial running in the San Francisco area of the person wearing sunglasses, selling and trading and buying stocks. That can move on to gaming as well.
Wearable PCs like the Cybernaut has a portable CPU you can carry around on your belt and a monitor in front of your left eye. The latest version that they are testing can be worn around your wrist and is good enough to run Windows 98 and videos. So hey, why not run a wholesome adventure game during downtime? Think of the potential gaming applications of a sophisticated product like the Glove, which reads subtle hand gestures. NCR's M bracelets allow users to share files with a mere wrist shake. Players could store cheat codes, new levels, and characters in what it calls eye buttons. With further design modifications and power, these wearable PCs could be in our gaming future.
If you'd like to see our hardware feature again, log on to our website where you can watch the streaming video. And if you have a hardware question that needs answering, send us an email at GameSpotTV@ZDTV.com. Coming up on GameSpot TV, we look at the future of gaming. What can we expect in the next generation of console systems? And what are going to be the hottest titles on the PC this coming year? Welcome back. While everyone is recovering from the holiday season, we at GameSpot TV have huddled together to start thinking about the next year. What will the year 2000 bring?
Pokeball, go!
While 1999 has been quite a year for the electronic entertainment industry, a new century looks to be quite a time for games. Development budgets are getting higher and higher, and it's not going to stop anytime soon, as is evidenced by Final Fantasy VIII sales of 6 million units worldwide. One part of the industry gaining every day in popularity is online gaming. From the role-playing of EverQuest to an Unreal Tournament deathmatch, it looks like playing games over the internet is here to stay. In fact, it's been estimated that within 4 years, online game playing could be worth $5 billion in the United States and Europe.
We're very excited about the internet, and I see that as one of the most fundamental social changes in my lifetime. And it's going to be continuing and ongoing for the next several years.
People are now really looking to get into this whole gaming community online. I think that, plus just the fact that with the systems becoming more powerful, developers are really starting to do some really amazing things graphically and technically to get those game ideas across.
Every game will be multiplayer. We know it's going to be huge.
Until recently, online gaming had been solely in the PC domain, but now the console companies are getting into the act. Sega already has a head start with its Dreamcast and the Dreamcast Online Network. However, Sony and Nintendo are close behind.
The PlayStation 2 will revolutionize the what and the how of the in-home entertainment experience. In addition to offering consumers software choices and entertainment choices on CD-ROMs and DVD-ROMs, we are going to be offering a vast array of PlayStation and PlayStation 2 titles through a e-distribution model.
Set to be released March 2000 in Japan, Sony's PlayStation 2 will have a 128-bit Emotion engine plus the potential of a modem add-on. Sony hopes the PlayStation 2, with its DVD technology, will become a permanent part of your home entertainment center. Permanent, that is, until another system comes out. With the tentative fall 2000 release of the Dolphin system, don't count Nintendo out yet. While Sony is focusing on an all-encompassing entertainment system, Nintendo's Dolphin, also using DVD technology, will focus solely on gaming. With the leaps in technology over the last few years, there is no doubt that graphics are more amazing than ever. In the coming year, gamers can look forward to a number of innovative titles.
We never paid any heed to the ancient prophecies.
Blizzard Entertainment's long-awaited role-playing strategy game Warcraft 3 could change the way you look at real-time strategy. In Warcraft 3, Blizzard decided to downplay the typical RTS fare of resource management, huge armies, base building, in favor of questing, hero recruitment, interactive environments, and a more integrated story. Another title to watch for, and one that could become the Dreamcast killer app, is Shenmue. Already pre-selling 100,000 units, its focus on story development and the incredibly detailed graphics inspired Sega to devise a new genre called Full Reactive Eyes Entertainment. For PC gamers that are wondering if graphics could get any better, all they need to do is just take a look at Halo. Its unbelievable 3D engine will transform character animation and physics modeling in games. So next year definitely looks to be an interesting year. But the real question is, are you prepared for Y2K?
Well, that's it for our New Year's show. Now, I don't know about you, but I think it's time to go lay on the couch and recover from last night like everyone else. Or perhaps just a game of Unreal Tournament. See you next time and have a happy 2000. Bye-bye.
Never paid any heed to the ancient prophecies.